What's up guys? Welcome to another video, and yes, another Minecraft ARG reaction video. This time it's called A Disturbing World Changes Every Time I Log Out, which is weird. So we're gonna find out why that happens, how that happens, I hope. We're gonna find that out, because it's weird that a Minecraft world will change every time you log out unless someone's in there with you, or something. But yeah, before we jump into it, if you enjoy my videos, subscribe to the channel, it'll be greatly appreciated, and your support is always welcomed. Let's go. Log 1. I can see down there.
Do you see this player? I
No.
mean, they should have known that there was something wrong with this Minecraft world. If this
That's
is
not the
what it
normal
looks
spawn.
like when you first spawn in.
That's not the normal spawn.
There's an infinite number of normal-looking spawn points for a normal single-player world, and this is not one of them.
Nope.
But to
I
really
think the strangest of normal spawns, at least what I saw, is that you can be spawned inside of a composter. Not this. I don't know what the fuck this
analyze
is.
this. The fog implies that the player is potentially on a much higher level than the player could ever typically spawn at, but the player decides to relog and all of a sudden
What?
everything goes back
How?
to what you would
The
expect
fuck?
from a player starting on a world. 9 videos were sent.
Must have been the wind, eh? You know, what 1 by 1 by 2 blocks of hole in the fucking, in a hill or a mountain? He just continued like nothing ever happened.
To me by this random Discord user, but as an ARG YouTuber, this is far from out of the ordinary.
Of course.
And I always run these links through
In
a
Minecraft
virus
ARGs,
checker
nothing is out of
just
the
to make sure
ordinary.
that no one's trying to play some hacker simulator on my computer. And for the first time ever, the link came back as malicious.
Oh!
So how did I end up with these videos? Well, I did some research, and anywhere
Of
else
course
this
you did.
virus has been online, and I discovered a Minecraft forum, which
Okay.
led me down a rabbit hole into finding one of the oldest and most unknown mysteries of the game.
That's weird. The fuck? That was like a bunch of
The player
unactivated...
starts to build a small dirt house.
We all
before
did that,
logging
come
off
on.
inside the house. I make note of this because in the very next log, when they log on again, we can see that they are no longer in that location.
What?
The world is broken in some places, and if you're wearing headphones, you're actually probably noticing that there's this monotonous noise in the background that's hard to understand.
I didn't even hear it. Because of his talking, I didn't hear shit. So he built a dirt house, which we all did when we first started playing Minecraft. At least I did. He logged out, didn't even bother to craft doors, fuck that shit. And he logged back in, and he's now either he's in different location, or his house is gone. But I think it's different location.
Going back and forth from the left to right ear. They instead log out, presumably thinking they went on the wrong world. And
It's
log
the
back
only
in
world, the fuck
exactly
you mean?
where they should have been. I guess a win is a win, and they end up just playing as normal for a bit.
How can
But
it be like
things
the
quickly
wrong
get
world? It's the
unknown
only
when
world
we
on the
hear
list.
followed
What the
by-
fuck? You gotta investigate. Oh, that's because some blocks being destroyed.
But
Is
they
that
don't
him?
see anything in the direction of the noise.
Wait,
so
wait,
they
wait,
decide to
wait,
take a
wait.
step
No.
back. But they
Am I
don't.
dumb? Might be dumb. I think that was optical illusion. I don't know why. I thought this tree was floating because of this shadow. I'm a dumbass. Okay,
See anything
sorry.
in the direction of the noise, so they decide to take a step back, look at their lovely house that they've finished, and
It's not
log
bad.
off. Now, going back to that speaking from before, it's nearly impossible to
But
make out what
there's
these
dirt.
voices are saying with zero reference. But what intrigues me is how it shifts from the left to right ear.
I mean, you
It
can easily
appears
do
to
that.
be almost a sort of conversation, and when I map it out, we can see
Conversation, or whatever the fuck is making that noise is moving around. Could be that.
the left and right side go up and down, almost like waves flowing back and forth. And I analyzed these patterns for meaning, but I couldn't find much.
Sorry.
We log on to see that the world has changed and there is now cobblestone in every
Okay,
direction.
we're in a
The
maze.
player punches the wall, but it appears to be very, very thick. So they make their way down and
Yeah, there's no way
discover
that pickaxe
more
would
of the
last.
maze. They continue
We
wandering.
know wooden
with
pickaxes
their
are only
point of
useful for
reference
free
being the
cobblestones,
stars
that's
above
it.
them, actually more so the lack thereof. But
I
they
hate
make
mazes,
note of some
really.
shadows on the ground as
Is
well
there-
as some of the shapes of the room.
Yeah,
being
that's
weird.
true. There shouldn't
But I
be
want you guys to
shadows,
try
so
to
there are
guess
no
what the
blocks
puzzle is
above.
here, because this is one of the best puzzles I've ever seen in one of these things.
What the fuck you mean?
Are you ready? Basically, if you track the player as they go through the maze through a sort of top-down view.
Nah,
you can
don't
start
tell
to
me they're
see
gonna spell out something.
the maze layout, and as it happens, a very hazy message starts to form. Now,
What?
sketching this was incredibly difficult, tedious, and other words that just mean I'm lazy, but I tried to make it as accurate as possible and ended up with this.
What? I see an F, I see a Y, maybe. I don't know, I see a G, I see a Y again. That's an H. I think that's supposed to say help?
You probably can't tell what this is trying to say, so
Nah.
allow me to separate it for you.
That's a P then.
Okay, not much better. But let me take this section by section. This first word is certainly the word hi. That's quick.
Okay. I thought, okay. I don't know what the fuck was I supposed to look for letters. I thought that was an F and then Y joined in.
and easy. This,
That was not easy. Okay.
however, I don't
Hi?
really know. I see a T, an R, and a G maybe, but this is certainly the word you, so that
You.
helps. And then finally, this is either there or here, but that's neither here nor there. But the issue with having so many
Okay, weird.
unknowns is we get a lot of potential
Hi?
solutions to what this sentence could be saying.
Hi, are you there? I would say. Is the only logical one. NRG tire. Hi tire, you here? Maybe tire could be like a name, like hi tire. You there? But hi neg? Nah, I think it's hi, are you there? That would be like the most logical one, right? But who is sending that message? Who is it?
So
So
let's
we
get
need
rid of
like
some
a
of the
villain
labels
or
here and
a-
just say that it either is
victim?
hi, you here, or hi, you there. Besides this message being one
R, I
step
would say
away
that's
from like a
R.
late night text from your ex-boyfriend, it seems to me that the world is trying to talk to us in the only way that it knows how. And in the meantime, we just have this player.
I mean,
who's all
I'm
too
pretty
focused
sure.
on-
I'm pretty sure there's better way to communicate. Like, I reckon to previous Minecraft RGs, they used books and signs. You could just use that. There was no reason for this maze thing.
escaping this.
Just use a
labyrinth.
book,
They
use a
continue
sign.
wandering around before suddenly hearing
chat
an all
even,
too
fuck
familiar
it.
noise and getting spooked
What the
right
fuck?
out of the game.
Was that in a video?
A all too familiar noise and
That was in a video. Oh my fucking god! I thought that someone was outside my room. Shit. Okay. Okay. Already going down at it. Okay. Already at log 4 we're going, I see.
getting spooked right out of the game.
Why does he keep coming back? Shit. Okay, I thought I paused it. That scared me. Okay. So first, why does he keep coming back? This is what I hate about Minecraft RGs. Like, if I was the main character, the first, second, or maybe third sign of something being wrong with my world, I'm out. Like, why do they keep continuing? And they're like all surprised and scared. Like, bro, you're going back, not me. Like, you're willingly going back this world knowing something is wrong. You know you built a house. You know the spawn wasn't normal. You spawned then in some maze. And you keep hearing some weird, strange, deformed Enderman noises. Or some shit. And you keep coming back. That's all on you. Why do you keep coming back? And then you get tripped out.
We log on no longer in that bizarre maze, but also not anywhere
Nope.
familiar. And it's important to
house
note that
is not
according
here.
to the timestamps, the player has now started to upload these videos to the forum, and the occasional person is chiming in to help them almost troubleshoot what's happening to their
This
world.
is
The player
beyond
says in
glitches.
chat, New location 3, the forest.
Also, he
before continuing to walk
keeps
through the
track of
trees.
it.
We can see that the people on the forum
You
have
keep
begun
track
to
of different
categorize
workspaces.
the
If you
spots
find
found
more
thus
so
far.
far.
Location 1 was the original base.
Okay.
Location 2 is called the maze, and now this forest.
Yeah, this is not the glitch.
Also on the forum, we can
Because,
see
again, of course not the glitch. Because if it was, you wouldn't be spawned in a maze, because the maze is not naturally generated in Minecraft.
Someone there recommended trying to do F3 and A to reload the chunks around them just to see what happens.
That's
So
smart.
we'll do exactly
I
that.
forgot that's even a thing. What? And he's
The
trapped
player is now stuck
in a
this
bedrock.
mass of bedrock with no way to
Whoa.
escape it. It doesn't
that
seem like
looks
the world
sick.
is taking very
First of all, that looks sick. Whoever the fuck built this, it looks sick. First when I saw it, I thought like Farlands made out of bedrock, but it's like chunks missing.
kindly to this cheat of sorts, so the player tries to quickly reload the chunks a few more times to get out
Nope,
of this
no luck.
location, but it doesn't work. We can see
Just
it
log out
glitches
again,
for
I
just
see,
like a
I
split
guess.
second, and then it's right back to this empty.
So I guess
prison.
logging
So the
out and
player
logging
has
back
no
in is the
choice but
option.
to log off.
And then logging back in, right? Log 5.
We log on once again to see that the world has changed, and this time we're in a location
What?
that we haven't quite seen before. The player writes in chat, giving the location a
Location
pretty
for-
apt name, which is the
Distorted.
Distorted Plains. It has
Okay, yeah.
sort of a semblance of a plains biome, but
But
with,
the
like,
leaves
short
are in
tree
portal
stubs
shape,
some
and they're
leaves.
just
We
oak
walked through
logs.
this area for quite a while, and I can notice that some of these trees and leaves are different heights, different widths. But
Are they
other than
supposed
that,
to
there
be
really
something?
seems to be no rhyme or reason to what's happening here. For
Is it a Morse code? It could be a Morse code. Yeah, dumb. Because leaves are like long, right? So like a dash, and or all oak logs are like one, like a dot. Like trees with no leaves.
the first time ever, the player actually seems to find the end of this biome or this
Okay,
area.
I thought there'd be
and
some liminal
continues into
space,
what
like
looks
backrooms
a normal
shit.
looking forest. They continue going through here until they find a large cobblestone structure. This place
Maybe
is
a
really
maze
interesting to
again?
me
No, it's
because
not
you
a
can
maze.
see at one point that there are these trees that are cut horizontally, and I did some research into this type of glitch. And funny enough, I see a lot of trees that get glitched, but they're always cut vertically.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
never
Sometimes that happened to
horizontally.
me
The
as
player
well.
continues exploring,
which is
kind of
weird.
just getting a bearing for the area and what it has to offer.
But that's
until
not
we
the same
hear
maze. Not even a
familiar
maze. What
noise
the
again.
Is that supposed to be castle?
But then something else happens.
What? Was just? What the fuck? Ah! Fuck it up! Fuck it up! Bro, don't you mind, you dumbass? That makes sound. That was creepy.
Here's the thing. I like
No, wait, here's the thing. Shut up. Okay, so not only was, again, some creepy-ass noise, it was footsteps. Okay, so what was weird? He was on cobblestone. He was on stone floor, right? Yeah, he was on stone floor. Everything is stone floor. How did it make grass footsteps? Maybe I'm overthinking it. It's not that important detail, but as far as I see, every fucking detail is fucking important. That's something I'm questioning. Second of all, the creepy thing was it was approaching, and motherfucker has a fucking wooden pickaxe which minds slow as fuck. And that's what gave the creepy ass element, which is like scary as shit, but I love it. It's creative. But again, why was it making grass footsteps? Like he was walking on grass and not on stone. Or am I stupid? Again.
Here's the thing. I liked the player. I thought that they were playing pretty logically and were definitely trying to gather as much information as possible. But this time they log on and randomly have a torch on
That's
the
weird.
ground. That's interesting, but they continue to look through what seems to be that same forest from before and then randomly decide to leave the game and log back on.
Why?
Why on planet Earth would they do this? We had the chance to get our bearings in this forest, maybe see if there was any connections to other places, but instead,
Maybe
we
he
logged
used
back on.
something already, like we see in like many of these main characters. Like a lot of these main characters, like they take a look around and be like, "Yep, I know what I have to do. I know the code. I know who it is. I know what's happening." I would say that's the case. So, like he took a couple of steps, looked around, and be like, "Nah, that's it. I know what to do."
On inside of the bedrock
What the
structure,
fuck?
but this time there's a
Oh,
boat just
so
in
he can
range for the
escape.
player to grab and escape in.
Why?
I'm not sure if this is some
Someone
sort of
placed
peace
that
offering
there.
from the world, because we've really never seen the world be kind towards the player, which sort of makes me feel like this could be another person somehow.
In
But
case
this
I
is the
get
first time we
stuck
get a
again.
full view of this bedrock
Okay.
catastrophe that the player decides
But how are you
to
gonna
call
get out?
Purgatory.
Purgatory.
The walls are made
Ooh,
up
damn.
of pure
That's
bedrock
a
and have
name
very
and a half.
interesting patterns along all of the sides. The player very quickly sort of figures out how to navigate inside them, and for the first time says something not merely about the location.
Does this go on for...
We can assume that the player is talking to the people on the forum, but I just like this moment because the player doesn't typically let us in on what they're thinking about.
That's
As
like,
the player
what?
roams around,
I'm
we hear
confused.
that
Okay.
seemingly a bit closer this time, and
Run!
the wall seems to change a little bit, maybe starting
Gotta
to thin
go.
out, but out of nowhere the player says,
I know so little time.
and they
I got so
leave
little
the
time, sorry.
game, which is so frustrating to me because while they seem like they didn't want to, it
It's,
feels
wait,
like every
so
time
they sound like they know something about this thing. They heard it, be like, "Yep, I gotta go. I don't have much time." How do you know you don't have much time? What happens when the time runs out? Because before he was logging out immediately, right? He never tried to stay longer to see what would happen, apart from that footsteps part. But how do you know you don't have much time? And do you possibly know what would happen if you run out of time?
this happens, we lose all of our progress, and with such short glimpses, it's nearly impossible to actually figure out what's happening here. I did catch one thing, however. These symbols seem to actually be vaguely reminiscent of runes. Runes were and are used to sort of gain meaning and understanding.
That's I'm gonna sound stupid again. I think Nordics used them, right? The Vikings and shit. They were like their letters or some shit, right? I don't know if God of War is how accurate the God of War is. They use runes in God of War like 2016 and Ragnarok, right? On the walls, and that's happening in Nordic place.
World, so why not use them to gain some understanding of this world?
True.
Now, the thing with runes is many of them are very simple shapes, so I could be wrong here, but I see one here that looks like the rune for strength, another one here looks like the rune for danger,
and for hope.
These could potentially be the runes for hope or support. It's hard to tell.
And he left. Okay, it's interesting, like, choice to use runes.
Ended up doing some research into terrain generation around the time of this last log being.
That's not Farlands, bro. That's Farlands, yeah. Whatever the fuck that purgatory place is, that's far from Farlands. That's accurately, nicely built, unnatural, with runes in the walls. That's not Farlands.
Up linking some articles about the Farlands and believe the bedrock structure to be similar to them.
Nah, it's not. Because Farlands are just walls, right? Like around the whole ass world. That was like, was it a whole chunk? Was it like one chunk? I don't know. That was like around like one chunk of it. That's it. Well, again, it's not Farlands.
Researching that, I was researching these boom sounds that we keep hearing. They sound vaguely reminiscent of like cave noises that are in the game, but they're not
deeper.
Quite right. And that's when I realized that they also had a split audio track for the left and right sides.
Okay.
And when you separate those and put them back to back, you hear this.
What? Okay, first of all, who the fuck would like see the left or right audio and be like, let's combine them? It would never cross my mind, at least. But like, you are not alone, which I guess at this point we even like, we know. because of all the shit that's going on. The unnatural build shit, the mazes, the bedrock purgatory thing, the castle, something following us, the footsteps, the noises. We already know that. It's not even creepy. I mean, not creepy. It is creepy, but it's not surprising. That's what I meant.
This could be fully a situation where I've convinced myself it's saying something that it's not, but once I heard this, I feel like I couldn't unhear it. And now the world has communicated with us in two separate ways.
Yeah.
But the issue is the player has discovered neither of them.
Yeah, no
So
shit.
now-
He's not. What's it called? He's not trying to, like. He just. I got creeped out just right now. I thought I heard something. Okay, that was creepy. I thought I heard those blinds on my window. Anyways, of course he's not gonna find them anything out. He's just walking around, hearing noises and being creeped out. He's not trying to like discover like he is, like this YouTuber we're reacting to. So of course he ain't gonna find them out. To him it's just random noises. Like to me it also sounds just like random distorted Enderman noises.
I'm sort of like, is the world trying to talk to
Like
the player?
he literally said like he didn't picked up on it. Like you said, like that's a normal thing to pick up on random noises, to be immediately, yep, I should put them in a program and know what to do with it. No one would.
Or is it trying to talk to us as the viewer? Well, I decided to
If
take a
it
healthy
was, I would say if it was trying to communicate to us as a viewer, then that would mean that the player is like behind it all, or associated with it at least, so he's not so innocent as he depicts to be. So I would say it's to a player. Maybe.
So if you're not that guy, pal, and move on.
Okay. Log 7.
This next log is a complete outlier from
Whoa.
any of the other videos that we've seen.
That's one of
before,
those glitch effects you can do in Photoshop. Yeah, we learned that to do in school. I mean, it looks sick, but I would put that in Minecraft. No, especially when it's dark and creepy and knowing we're not alone. It could be a cool effect.
I'm going to treat it as such.
Especially
we're
fucking
finally
drunk.
back at the player's house, although this time it looks just a bit different.
A bit?
This is partially because of the 3D anaglyph setting that is now turned on.
You can turn that on? That option exists? I played this game since 5th grade. I never knew this option exists. I have to try it out. I will try it out. Now, should I put it as a video? You guys tell me if I should make it as a video. Okay, I'm not gonna make it as a video because you guys would just see this. I don't know how interesting that would be for a video. To see glitch effect.
If you don't know what that is, essentially in the older versions of Minecraft, they offered a feature where if you had
3D
those
glasses,
cliche
yeah.
3D type glasses, you could.
So these glasses, so these modern 3D glasses that they gave you in the cinemas, they wouldn't work? We're gonna test it out.
Wear them and have a 3D Minecraft experience. Well, in this case, it sort of results in this.
I don't know if you guys heard it, but my cat just joined. He sat right next to me. So, yeah. He's gonna go to sleep.
Weird sort of glitchy color visuals, and the player says,
"This doesn't feel right. Like too long?"
I can see what the player means.
What
If
do you
we
mean,
turn
like
up
too
the
long?
visibility
Like
even
too
more,
long
we
doesn't
can
make
see
sense.
That their house seems to be somewhat stretched, and then
Yeah,
there's even
that's
a tree
weird.
from that tall forest that was never there.
So it's
prior.
like all the glitches coming. Okay, not all the glitches, but like the house is weird, right? And there's a tall tree from like before.
So the player leaves the game. They
like-
immediately log on again, and this time the world seems to have trapped
Oh!
them in this sort of bedrock box with layers upon layers of glass. The player seems to not want to leave the game and potentially never see this place
Why?
again,
Whoa,
so they start
okay.
to break through and maybe try to find a means to escape. They break to the next level, but don't see much there, so they continue dropping.
Yeah, just
until they
continue,
reach
fuck
the
it.
bottom. Well, actually, almost the bottom, because there's a single piece of glass with water beneath it.
Yeah, that's
And
not
when they go
weird
into
at all.
that, they try to swim around and find any
Nothing.
interest or escape there, but they find nothing. And when they go back up for air, they realize there's no actual way to get back out of here.
What was the
and
point
they
of the
are
building?
Forced to leave the game.
Wait, what was the point of that then? Like before with the bedrock purgatory thing, at least there's runes for message and shit, right? What was the point of that? Just a random building with no message or nothing? Like if the world, or whatever the fuck is behind all of it, is trying to send us a message with the maze, the sounds, and I guess runes, wouldn't that building have something to do with sending a message as well? Right?
We log on again, where this tube of
Oh, we're
bedrock
back
has
in that
gotten
purgatory.
No less colder than the last
Okay.
time we saw it.
Back at
The
it.
player
This
actually
one
reports to us
is
and
my
says,
least favorite.
you know, something gave it away. I don't know if it was getting permatrapped in bedrock or calling the place purgatory, but we continue on and we end up discovering that at the end of this, we can see a dense forest where the player decides to write.
Note. Purgatory connects to the forest.
We
are these words gonna be connecting to each other somehow?
Two of these places, but as the player gets closer to the inside of this forest, the frame rate seems to dramatically drop, where we can briefly open up F3 and see that something is lagging their computer. We can
I don't know, like watching ARGs, everything can be fucking what's it called? Everything can be a code or some shit. Okay, so nothing. Okay, I didn't find shit. I don't know. I thought I'm gonna be smart and find something. Used memory 7%. Okay.
Open up F3 and see that something is lagging their computer.
Yeah, a lot.
Until all of a sudden the game crashes.
Damn.
The player boots up the game immediately
and
again
spawns
and is
back to the maze.
Unhappy. They spawn in the maze this time. Aren't happy with that location, so they use F3 and A a few times.
But the boat is gone.
Of course, end up back in the bedrock trap, which also isn't to their liking, so they leave the game and rejoin just to spawn in the forest again.
Wait, the question now, would that maze be the same one? Would the message or whatever be the same one? Or is it something else?
This time they find a lava pool and just start chucking all of their items inside.
Why?
They end up typing in chat.
If you don't
and log off.
What do you mean?
World.
If you don't follow your rules.
It is at this point that we must turn back to the forum for a couple of answers. A reply was made by a user that said, quote, "This feels related to QF1.
What the fuck is QF1?
Fun fact about me, I hate it when people say things like they're common knowledge when it couldn't be further from the truth. QF1 didn't give me...
Like, come on, we all know what QF1 is, right? Come on. It's the old ass meme, joke, We all know what QF1 is. He said that like everyone knows what the fuck that is. Like, at least explain, hey, it's also QF1, for those who don't know, Okay, smarty pants, you can see that you were a nerd at school, you probably got bullied. But I have a feeling he's behind it.
A lot to research. There's a chance that
You're
they're
just
making
playing.
a rather distasteful joke about a plane crash that happened in 1999 called Qantas Flight 1, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt that that was unrelated, so I dug a little deeper.
It's gonna be related, right? It's gonna be related.
And I found a very niche mystery that was going on around the time, back in the day, regarding a series of images that were posted anonymously. The name QF1 related to the start of a link URL that led to this image. And when this image was released, it was heavily implied that there was more to discover and dive into here. People initially looked for certain things that were out of place, like this shadow or
that's what I was thinking,
covering part of this tree. However, it was quickly made apparent that the thing to find here was this tiny bit of text in the bottom of the
Oh my god, okay.
Upon rewriting the set URL with a set of characters, you would get a new image.
And so from image to image to image until you get,
People were discovering image after image until they suddenly hit a wall. This image right here did not seem to have any text that
was something, right?
Another image. And you may have noticed already that these images actually make up a bigger image. And upon arranging them properly, you can see this very tall tree.
Ooh, okay. So maybe it wasn't to find anything on the last image, but were pieces of the puzzles. Of the puzzle, one puzzle, sorry. And now maybe we have to find this tree in actual Minecraft. Now the player has to log back in and find this tree. For some reason, I don't know. Yes, it is a weird tree. It's the shape of leaves is like one of the small trees, but it's tall as shit. It shouldn't be, I think. But that's my guessing that he has to find this tree.
That looks comparable to what the player has been seeing in their world. However, no one knew what to do here or if there was even any more to be found. Spoiler alert.
There is, of
But
course.
after messing with hues and filters for long enough, I was
Oh, okay.
Another
I was
code in
wrong.
this image, which
I was
got me
wrong.
one last image, but dear God, was it a letdown. This offers
What?
exactly 0 new information and doesn't even have another code inside of it for me to use.
It's
At
nothing.
least I thought that before literally zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. The assembled image prior had formed a sort of upside down T shape, but that very quickly changed when this image was put into its correct place. It now clearly depicted a number 1.
Oh!
What could that mean?
Why?
I mean, a single number could be related to absolutely millions of things. But you know what else has millions of things? Minecraft world seeds. Okay, wait, that made it sound like I thought of this immediately. I tried so much other stuff and researched the whole internet before I even thought of this. But the issue
I'm
here was
confused.
I had to pick the right version of Minecraft because one Minecraft seed on one version is going to be completely different because of the different updates.
Yeah, of course.
But after a couple tries, I ended up finding it, and it is the exact same
Oh!
world that we see the
Nice!
player playing on. So not only was I right about the seed, but also that random person was actually right about these two worlds.
But I don't
being
think
connected.
you had. Okay, wait. You didn't have to be guessing the versions. Every time he logged out, wait, I'm gonna try to find it. But like every time a player logged out, right? He went to the main menu screen, right? Look.
So they use F3 and A a few times just to, of course.
It's right there. The version is right there. Minecraft 1.4.2. You didn't really have to be guessing. Let's just go back. You didn't have to guess, but okay.
See the player playing on. So not only was I right about the seed, but also that random
Okay, but what do we have
was
to find
right
here?
about these two worlds being connected. But here's the part that makes 0 sense. The correct version wasn't the version that we see the player playing on.
Why every time I try to be smart, I'm just 2 times stupider? Like, every time I try to be smart, I'm actually losing IQ.
They were on 1.4.2, but that version gives me a completely different world than the one that I found it on, which is 1.12. And 1.12 wouldn't come out for another 5 years
yeah, no
from
shit.
when these videos were posted. And before you ask, no, this world did not have all those weird structures. However, it did have a forest nearby that actually looked comparable to what I see in this image. And
so I think you have to find the tree. I still think you have to find the tree. If you found a forest that looks almost, or it is the same as on the image, you do have to find it, right?
Signifying features in the image that would help me sort of track it down. And that's when I saw this. It's a lava particle, which means the person was standing probably.
That's like such a big, like such a small detail. I didn't even know.
I couldn't actually find any lava pools in this world. I did find a small pool of water,
but that's not
after
lava.
Removing this one tree, I found this location that actually seemed semi-close to what we see in the image, but obviously missing the very clear tree in the center of it. I seem to be just missing something else here, so I'll open this part up to you guys in the comments, but it's time we return back to our final.
So what was the point of this section then? What's the point of this section? Okay.
Judging by the date that this was posted to the forum, we can see that a large bit of time has passed from the last time that the player played. The world has changed again this time.
She's in the maze again. Is it the same maze though? I think it is.
Says,
I regret throwing my stuff out.
Yeah.
This is especially true because the player is now stuck punching through walls of cobblestone the best that they can. They pass through the walls and call
Oh,
attention
he
to the
did it.
fact that
Okay.
it's always nighttime or raining when they're in the maze location. Eventually, they come across some trees,
That's
which
okay.
allows them to make a
Nothing
pickaxe,
weird.
as well as a boat to sort of get through and navigate a lot faster. The player finds some coal, which they are able to turn into torches, and finally escape this cobblestone hell. However, speaking of hell, the player gets in a boat to kind of get away from this area and runs into none other than their favorite place
Again?
Purgatory. They slowly kind of get their
But this one looks different. It's not like built with runes. It's like structure, like unfinished block, unfinished like building.
bearings and climb their way into it.
Where am I dumb?
And
Oh, there are the runes. Okay, I'm dumb. I am dumb.
They are
I am dumb.
actually at one point distracted
I rush
by
things.
a walking noise off to their right.
That's
If
creepy.
you don't like dumb horror movie protagonists, you are about to hate to see this guy pull up. But
My God, that was close. Let me guess. He's gonna investigate it.
But there is a very clear way or path in this direction. They eventually come across
Oh, okay. So there's a clear path, and there's noise. There's nothing there. He's just trying to scare him off. Is that it?
this sort of large room, and they take a pause for a while, and I guess try to speak to the world in a physical way that the world could maybe understand it. They spell out, "Hi,
What?
are you there?" and sort of wait for a moment, and nothing happens, so they decide
he's speaking to the
leave
world,
the
what?
game. This is the first time that we have ever or will ever log back in to the same location that we log
Oh!
off in. And you can tell that the player is just as surprised by it as we are. We eventually get back on track and sort of move deeper into the
Okay, that's
bedrock
weird. He wasn't
mess
like
that is this
spawned in
place.
somewhere else.
And we eventually find a familiar opening and slowly make our way
But wait, he didn't check the message. Or was the message unchanged? Am I dumb? He didn't check the message.
down to the area that the player has become far too familiar with. Something is off, and the player notices it.
Now you notice something is off? Or is there something is off on top of something is off?
I mean, the last that the player left, they left behind a boat, presumably
Which is gone.
in case they ever got stuck there again. But that boat was no longer there.
Yeah. What is he doing? What are you doing, bro? What? I'm confused. Why is he... What
These videos, while definitely a bit weird, come together to tell two different stories.
I'm confused. Okay, wait. Why did he jump down and he's looking around? It's like the only way the world can speak to him, or no, there can't be. I was about to say the only way the world can speak to him is when he's inside there. But you already heard the same sounds when he was in a maze. And that cobblestone castle thing. So why did he jump in there?
One is of a person who is struggling to understand and deal with a world that is always changing to try and trap and to try to kill them. But in actuality, the videos are out of order. Every
What? So the way we were watching videos was not on the right time order? Timeline thing? Now that can change a lot of things. A lot of things can change.
single log off location that we see aligns with another log on location and vice versa. This play
So does that mean the world was not changing when he logs out or back in? The locations were always the same, but just the videos were not in the right order. That's why we think the world was changing. It wasn't. The videos were not in the right order.
player had become so obsessed with finding the meaning and the symbolism of the world that's around them that they forgot to actually look at themselves for once.
New world.
The player logs on again, this time spawning just outside of the tall forest, and they walk forward and eventually reach their original house, but there's one more gap that the player has to fill in, and as they do that, they talk directly to us.
To us? What? Sorry for the
Sorry
wild
for the wild goose chase.
goose chase. What? I'm confused. I guess this world.
I guess this world wasn't what I thought it was.
I'm so confused. What do you... Why are you apologizing to us? Are we gonna get, like... Am I supposed to know something already? Why is he apologizing? What do you mean the world wasn't what he thought it was?
It's interesting. Even though it wasn't real, I still really enjoyed it.
What, the world? Even though it wasn't real. Wait! Something is weird. Torch and pickaxe. They're not torches and pickaxe and they're super highlighted. What is that supposed to mean? What the fuck was that supposed to mean?
Sure, this player got distracted trying to find meaning in every little thing inside this world, but if the player found meaning in that, does it really matter whether or not it was real? Like, some people find meaning in angels. Others find it in a speck of dirt. You are the player. Wake up.
What? This whole video, this whole ARG, this whole mystery, why the world was changing, it was message to us, and it's true. This whole time, everyone watching it, we were like motivated, we were like invested. Why is the world changing? We're trying to figure out the world. Oh my god, my heart is beating. Oh my god. This whole time, and it's like they did it so smart, in such a smart way. We were just questioning the world. We were questioning, why is the world changing? Why is the world weird? Just so it never be real. Because we weren't like looking at ourselves, if I understood correctly. Oh my god. I'm speechless. The ending was amazing. We were all thinking like, what could it be? Is there an entity? Is there another player? Is the world itself? It was never real. We were just so focused on the world. And I was focused on the world. We all were focused on why the world is changing every time he logged out. Just to find out it wasn't real. The videos were not in order. Oh my god. So I guess, hey, are you there? And these messages were not to a player playing, it was to us. Like, hello, are you there? Like, wake the fuck up. That's how I took it, at least. That was amazing. I think that was like one of the best endings to ARGs ever. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, of course, your support will always be greatly appreciated. So also like the video and comment down below what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.